Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. And today we want to talk about a random war in Tribe Gaming because we had a kind of like a special guest, or like we had a really lucky spin because we faced a qualifier team, a Poland qualifier team, which has been to Poland at least once. A couple of their players had been there a couple of times already, and we're talking about Greek Attack. It's super nice that you're facing in random wars so many good clans right now, and at the same time we're having kind of like a good win streak as well, which is like motivating us as well even more. So that's nice. And whenever you have a good opponent, it's always a struggle to be able to perform in a midweek war. But we want to take a look at a couple of those attacks this time, and well, let's see who came out on top in the end. You saw in the thumbnail they were tripling like crazy, but I will concentrate on our attacks this time. I don't know if they had a recap or anything like that as well. So let's take a look at the first attack, and this is going to be Queen Charge Lalo. At this point, because the beginning will be a classic Queen Charge into the Inferno Tower, I want to talk a little bit about the current meta, I would say, in Town Hall 12, and at the same time I want to ask you guys what you guys have to face at the same time, but what you're using as well in Town Hall 12 if you have a Town Hall 12 account in offense, because there will be really soon a new Town Hall 12 anti 3-star base, and I have to choose which base I'm giving to you guys. And for example, most of the current bases are set up against Lalo because Lalo is one of the strongest strategies in the competitive scene right now. But this means if you guys are facing only Packer Smash, for example, there's no reason for me sharing a, I don't know, anti-Lalo base at the moment with you guys. So that's why I'm asking. I hope you guys can help me with that so I can share a base with you. Let's take a look at the attack. He's charging into the core, trying to take out the Eagle. Sadly, he dropped the jump spell too early, which means he activated the Eagle, which in the end caused that most of his healers died, which means he has only one healer left. He still invests the rage spell because he feels like he has to take out as many expos as possible. Now he's starting off with the Lalo, but he has to go through the sweeper because he thought his queen would jump into the core, not like in the side compartment of the core. Then as well, he wanted his queen to stay alive, and if you see that, the queen would have gotten the Inferno Tower, another Expo, etc., etc. So kind of unlucky on that part, but the Lalo's coming in. He has still the Slammer left, and this is one of the reasons why Lalo is so strong, because the Slammer is powerful already, but in combination with an air attack, it's even stronger. That's one of the reasons as well why dragons aren't that strong right now, because the Slammer is so freaking powerful. It's crazy. He can tank so much. He can at the same time deliver so many of the weaker troops, for example the loons, when it comes down to their HP weaker, can deliver to the kind of areas in the base where you don't want to have the opponent having any loons, for example onto the Inferno Towers, onto Eagle, whatever, where normal loons would never ever get there. So Slammer right now, super strong. Let's check out the next attack. The next attack is going to be a Hawk Rider attack with a really nice Queen Charge. After the latest nerfs to the Hawk Riders, we saw not that many Hawk Riders anymore. They're still super powerful, but I feel like it went a little bit back when it comes down to the usage of the Hawk Riders, even though I feel like for Queen Charge Hawk Riders, nothing really changed. Those 30 HP is pretty much nothing. But I feel like people actually finally caught up with how to place actually spring traps against Hawk Riders, because that was always my point. I never felt Hawk Riders were too overpowered or whatever. I never felt like they deserved a nerf like this. I think Lalo, for example, deserves way more a nerf over than Hawk Riders. But the point is that they're kind of easy to use. They're mainly spam in that sense, even though the first phase isn't spam, but they're easier to use than Lalo. And at the same time, it's not that easy to place proper spring traps against the Hawk Riders. I still see so many bases with having spring traps in between of a defense and a trash bin, like a gold mine, whatever. Well, with this you won't really hit a Hawk Rider, so that's like the big issue with the Hawk Riders. But that's at the same time, that's what I marked at the top as well. you can bait Queen Charge Hawk Rider attacks perfectly, because Spring Traps right now are mainly for the Hawk Riders. Miners are nearly dead. Like, miners are, compared to the other strategies right now, super weak. That's for me a sad thing, but I mean, I have to go on, I guess. But I feel like with having that limited amount of possibilities on ground, you mainly can go for Spring Traps for Hawk Riders, which is kind of obvious. But this means you can just go for Spring Traps in an area where you don't Queen Charge. Like, on this one, it was kind of obvious that someone is coming from the bottom with the Queen Charge. And this means all of the Spring Traps can be at the top pretty much. So this is one thing where I feel like Hawk Riders are kind of weak, because people finally caught up with this. And yeah, let's see how this works in Hamburg as well. My prediction is that we will see a lot of dragons. We will see a lot of Lalo. But I think mainly Lalo will be the thing. Queen Charge Lalo, Sui Lalo. That's way more reliable, and you can't really easily run into traps like with the Hawk Riders, because, well, I don't know. Like, the worst case which can happen is you run into a black mine and lose a loon. Wow, that's horror, I guess. But yeah, so I think Lalo right now is the strongest option if you try to learn something new or go for something. Or if you're like the more spammy part, then dragons should be good to go. But Hawk Riders, they can still work, even though a lot of people finally caught up with trap plays. And for example, this one was super close, with only 2 Hawk Riders being alive. And let's see the next attack, and I can already spoil that. It's not going to be Hawk Riders again. It's going to be air again, because like I said, that's right now super strong. There's so many different variations with, like, you can do Electron, you can do Electro Dragon Kill Squad, which means like sending the Slammer into the base with a couple of Electro Dragons as well to just wreck everything. And yeah, this one is going to be the Queen Charge with Earthquake. You can see most of the high damage buildings are on the left side of the space, which means it's perfect to Queen Charge from the right side. And since there's not that much damage, he can just pretty much swag a spell and use the Earthquake. This means the Warden as well on the other side, which means 5 of the most high HP, high damage buildings on a single target in a base are on the left side, which means easy Queen Charge, I guess. He's Earthquaking perfectly into this, using the poison to take out the enemy clan castle. Right now, a Hound is obviously the best defense on Town 12, and then he's going into the core. He can take out the sweepers, he can take out the enemy queen, Eagle, Inferno Tower, Expos. He can reach so much stuff with opening those compartments, so it's just crazy good. The queen is getting targeted by the Eagle, which is nice because this means he won't lose any of his healers. And now he's starting off with the Slammer on top of the Inferno Tower, and this is going to be a really nice value because he has not to invest any of the loons or the health of the loons to actually go into the sweeper and the Inferno Tower, obviously. Now the queen is going onto the outside again, but she's coming back to the Tesla, which popped over there, and now he's starting off with his Lalo. One thing which is really good is that he already funneled on the left side, which means he's creating a perfect pathing into the town hall. Check out the haste spell in the core onto the loons of the Slammer, which are creating a perfect pathing of the big main group into the town hall, making sure that the Warden is following because there are so many loons going to the town hall, and at the same time really nice Warden ability. The last rage wasn't perfect, let's put it like this. It could have been a little bit deeper, but in the end this is going to be a really nice overkill. Really nice Queen Charge with the Earthquake, which are, like I said, really powerful right now. So yeah, that's it for this attack. We have a couple of more seconds to go for the cleanup to make this work, but this is going to be a triple, like I said, really nicely done. And we have one more attack, and after that we will check out the result of the Tribe Gaming versus Greek Attack War. And like I said, it was a close one. They started off really strong. I will show that in the end one more time, but they had so many triples in the beginning, it was crazy. I put it on the thumbnail as well, like, huge respect to them. So let's take a look at the next attack, which is going to be Sui Lalo from Luis. This one is King for the Town Hall. He's triggering the really nicely the Tornado Trap before he's sending in the king. And then his queen for a couple of wizard towers and funnel. Why he's not sending in his queen for the tunnel? I think he's just scared of maybe losing the clan castle. And at the same time, his king can't get one of the wizard towers. That's another reason for that. Now the queen sadly is going to the builder huts, which means he wanted her to go for another wizard tower. And one more clever thing is he's not using the queen ability. Some of you thought like, oh god, he missed the queen ability, he's a noob. That's not totally true. He did not use the queen ability on purpose because the idea was to not pop the lava hound. He already invested the poison, which means if the hound pops, the lava pops will cause huge problems. So that's why pretty much swagged the queen ability, because it was better for him. He got the main value already, he got the pathing for the slammer, he got the wizard tower he wanted to get, and everything else would have been pretty much like, I don't know, more nicely, but not have to get all of this. Now he's using a perfect warden ability, covering all of the loons which are in the Inferno Tower ranges. Perfect freeze spell onto the eagle and onto the sweeper, which makes sure that this small group of loons can actually get into the core and pretty much one-shot everything over there. And now all of the groups are, all of the loon groups are coming together again and facing the last couple of buildings in this base. And this base is completely wrecked. Really nicely done from Luis. One loon from the top as well. There are so many loons, like holy crap. If you like, you could have done another raid as well with those loon groups over there. But yeah, nicely done by him. And I would say let's check out how this war ended, because it was really close. And after the start of the Greek attack, guys, a couple of us got already a little bit nervous. So it finished 53-49. 4 triples difference, but it was still pretty close. Especially they started really strong. We had in the end a lot of triples with our top hitters coming in, so that was nice. Let's check out how this went. Like you saw, even the last 3 attacks of this war were triple, so that was crazy. We had really a lot of high percentage attacks, like they did as well. And then you see like there we have like 4 triples in a really short amount of time. But in the beginning, they had like all of those triples as well. Was pretty crazy. So yeah, it was a really fun war. Shout out to the Greek attack, guys. Thank you for the war, and I hope to see you guys soon in a random war, because it's always fun to match you. So thank you for watching, guys. I will see you guys in the next video. Until then, bye bye.